Alright, so welcome back din sa ating channel dito sa Bobs TV. Okay, so ito pag-usapan natin mga babayan dahil siguradong mag-iiyakan po ang mga DDS dito. Lusot po sa kamera mga babayan ang dalawang impeachment complaint laban po dito kay Sara Duterte. Okay, so ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin nito? Mai-impeach na ba si Sara Duterte? Well, hindi pa po mga babayan, no? Dahil ito po ay confirmation of charges pa lang naman. Confirmation of charges pa lang ito. At dalawa po doon sa apat, no, na impeachment complaint na ipinasa, no, dyan po sa Kamara mga babayan, no, ay pinagdebatihan po sa Committee on Justice ng House of Representatives. Ibig sabihin, pinag-usapan po 'yan, no? Sufficient ba? No, yung mga sufficient ba in substance, mga babayan, yung mga ebidensya, no, na inilapat, no, diyan po sa impeachment complaint na 'yan. Yun po yung ibig sabihin niyan. At dalawa po, no, doon sa impeachment complaint ang lumusot po, mga babayan. Ibig sabihin, no, ay nakapasa po 'yan sa lahat, no, ng mga kinakailangan, no, na mga requirements, no, para yan po ay maipasa, no, sa deliberation sa Kongreso na, no. Pag-uusapan na po yan, pagbobotohan na po yan sa Kongreso, mga babayan, no. Ilang araw na lang ang kailangan nating antayin dyan. Naging dalawa na lang po yan dahil yung isa po naging insufficient, no, in substance, mga babayan. Ibig sabihin hindi po siya nakapasa. Yung isa naman po impeachment complaint, mga babayan, ay ini-atras na po kanina bago po itong deliberation nila, no, sa Kamara. Okay, so ito panoorin natin mga babayan, no, yung naging statement po, no, ng House Committee on Justice. Alright, so tara, let's go. Yung mga DDS, wag muna kayo wag muna kayo iiyak. Ano pa lang yan, confirmation of charges. Pero tignan natin, pagdating po sa Kamara niyan at saka sa Senado, mga babayan, kung ano po mangyayari dyan. No? Tuloy natin.
As you can see, we have done with our deliberation on the determination of sufficiency in form. But even before we reach that point, nagkaroon ng withdrawal ng impeachment complaint of the second impeachment complaint. This is the D. et al. Impeachment complaint endorsed by Congressman Percival Sendanya and Congresswoman Laila De Lima. We ask the complainants to confirm under oath their withdrawal of the impeachment complaint, and the same was placed on the records of the hearing of the committee. And then subsequent to that, even before we reach the determination of sufficiency in form, nagkaroon na ng deliberation on the compliance or non-compliance of the first impeachment complaint with respect to the 1-year prohibition period, no? Narinig natin yung discussions ng mga kongs. Of course, the disagreement among the members of the Justice Committee arise from the perceived inconsistency in the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court dated July 25, 2025 vis-a-vis the resolution issued by the Supreme Court on January 28, 2026. While the decision provides that the second impeachment complaint may be filed on February 6, the recent resolution, the one dated January 28, implies that the second impeachment may be filed on January 15. So from the perceived inconsistency between the decision and the resolution, we have heard the disagreeing positions, the different sides, different positions of the members of the Justice Committee. And of course, you know, in case of disagreement in the committee, we resolve that by the division of the House. Nagkaroon ng botohan on the motion to declare the first impeachment complaint or to set aside the first impeachment complaint for violation of the 1-year prohibition period. And as you can see, nanalo yung motion. That is why the first impeachment complaint was set aside. So in view of the withdrawal of the second, and then the setting aside of the first, technically, dalawa na lang po yung natitirang impeachment complaints. That is the third impeachment complaint filed by Father Sabale et al. Endorsed by Congresswoman De Lima, and the fourth impeachment complaint filed by Cabrera, endorsed by Congressman Abante and Congressman Paulo Ortega, no? Tapos today, we concluded also the determination of sufficiency in form of these two remaining impeachment complaints. I'm saying remaining because when we started, it used to be four impeachment complaints. Yung first impeachment complaint, remember, it was set aside on the ground of violation of one-year prohibition. Ito yung in-endorse ni Congressman Tino, Congressman Elago, and Congresswoman Co. The second impeachment complaint was withdrawn even before the start of the deliberation. And we were joined by the complainants, and we asked them really to confirm under oath the said withdrawal of the impeachment complaint. It is for this reason why I'm saying there are only two impeachment complaints now, the third and the fourth. And during our proceeding today, we deliberated already on the sufficiency in form, and we concluded with voting, in which case both impeachment complaints, the third and the fourth, were both declared to be sufficient in form. Because of that, for our tomorrow's meeting, we will be deliberating on sufficiency in substance of these two impeachment complaints. Remember, we have two impeachment complaints now, the third and the fourth. The first was withdrawn, the second was set aside. So technically, we're dealing only with two impeachment complaints. The third and the fourth, which we will be hearing tomorrow, with regards to the determination of sufficiency in substance, no? So for our opening statement, that would be all. You may raise your questions to my colleagues.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Lianas Kapandi, GMA News Online. Ma'am, by deeming this third and fourth sufficient in form, kasali ba doon yung criteria na hindi siya sufficient in form siya dahil hindi siya nag-violate ng one-year bar rule? Would that be correct?
That is the intention of the committee, but as you have witnessed, a motion was raised by the Honorable Chua to resolve first the compliance on one-year bar rule before we proceed to the determination of sufficiency in substance. But really, it is the intention of the Justice Committee to include that in the determination of sufficiency in form, no? Because we understand that the one-year prohibition is part of the procedural requirement which must be complied with also in filing an impeachment.
Hello po, I'm Lance from Newswatch Plus. How do you respond to critics, Lance, saying na parang nanigurado yung komite, dahil naninigurado daw po yung komite, naninigurado sila because like yung first complaint, it was filed before February 6, which was February 2. The original one-year bar was February 6 dun sa July 2025 impeachment ruling. So, ang sinasabi po nila parang nagtatago sa sariling anino yung House Justice Committee and naninigurado kayo para makalusot yung impeachment complaints ngayong 2026.
Well, una po sa lahat, very clear po yung Supreme Court decision eh. Hindi ba?
Tama.
There is no room for equivocation on the date that they have stated in the decision. Feb 6, yung reckoning date. So I think talaga very important po na tiyakin po ng House Committee on Justice na ito po yung susundin po natin na date in proceeding with any impeachment relating to the Vice President. No? So,
Eto mga babayan, no, maidagdag ko lang din, no, kasi para hindi rin masayang yung oras nila. Narinig ko rin din sa hearing eh, 'di ba? Na parang tutuloy natin tong hearing tapos magkakaroon ng problema no? Pagdating po sa mga technicalities na ganyan, tapos masasayang lang kasi yung oras nila. 'Di ba? Imagine niyo nag-hearing sila, no? Dumaan sa Committee on Justice ng House. Tapos hindi rin pala papasa. 'Di ba? Magka-problema rin sa technicalities. So dito, no, most likely talagang pinag-aralan nila. No, pinagdebatihan nila, pinag-usapan nila maigi kung okay na ba? No, ito ba ay lulusot? No, baka mamaya ma-technical na naman tayo dito. 'Di ba?
So, so this is what we are doing today, no? And we will proceed with determination of substance tomorrow. So, walang naninigurado dito. We're just complying with
Ito na yung
what the Supreme
determination of
Court
substance na
actually
bukas.
stated as an express date on the reckoning date for the one-year bar rule.
Sorry. Yung mag-follow up sana ako kanina. May common allegations po yung first to fourth complaint. But I would just like to add, hindi ko lang kung familiar kayo, meron bang kasama ba sa allegations sa first complaint yung apparent threat ni Vice President Sara Duterte to kill the President and his family? Nasa first complaint po ba yun? Or nandun lang siya sa second, third, and fourth?
It's present in all the complaints. They were the allegation that the Vice President said threats to the President, the First Lady, and the Speaker of the House then is present in all of the complaints.
So, having said that, for the record lang po, yung pagka-set aside and withdrawal ng first and second complaint, does this diminish the merits of the impeachment complaints or allegations against the Vice President?
No, it does not. In fact, the endorsers of the first and second complaint said that they are supporting and are joining the deliberations of the third and fourth impeachment complaints. There was no ruling on the merits. In fact, the endorsers themselves of the first and second complaints said that this is not their withdrawal. For example, of the second complaint, their withdrawal of the second complaint is not tantamount to dismissal based on the merits. So meaning po, hindi po natin pinag-usapan yung merits. They just thought, lalo na sa second impeachment complaint, na mas mapapabilis ang proseso ng pag-impeach kung mag-focus tayo doon sa ibang impeachment complaint.
Yung pala yun.
Comes?
Okay, so guys, ito kung meron man ako mga maling nabanggit doon sa may bandang unahan, mga babayan. So, ito na po yung correction doon, mga babayan. So, ibig sabihin, no, ito parang sufficient inform pa lang po ito. Kumbaga, yun nga, kung nakapasa ba sila sa requirements, 'di ba? Tapos sufficient in substance po yung pag-uusapan po. I think by tomorrow, sabi nga po nila, doon pag-aaralan no kung substansya ba o kung may nilalaman ba no yung impeachment complaint dito kay Sara Duterte. Kagaya po 'yan ng ginawa sa ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos.
For clarification po, yung pagkakasama po nung one-year bar rule, bahagi po siya nung amended rules na po from the rules rewriting committee. Tama po ba?
We haven't passed the new rules, the revised rules. Kasi po, sa totoo lang po, as a member of the Rules Rewriting Committee, ginawa po natin yon last year. But since tuloy-tuloy po kasi yung impeachment proceedings here, we stuck with the rules that we adopted at the earlier part of the 20th Congress. So, hindi pa po kasama yon. But let me mention this, no? Yung doon po sa bagong draft po namin ng rules, wala naman po kaming ginawang iba. Inayos lang. We just clarified the provisions or the provisions of the House rules. Kasi may mga wording na hindi maganda. So, inayos lang po natin yun.
Kung Terry, kanina po may heated debate lang po, no, with regards to the yung sabi nyo nga po irrelevant yung issue na na-raise. Do you expect more po na ganong mga manifestations, especially tomorrow, sa determination and sufficiency in substance?
Well, ang expectation mo natin sa lahat ng House members ay mag-stick po doon sa mga relevant questions, no? Doon po sa sufficiency in substance, no? So, ibig sabihin, we will have to talk about confidential funds, yung pong threats against the President, the First Lady, and the former House Speaker, matters relating to the SALN, and syempre, yung pong, which is the new addition and allegation po dito sa impeachment complaint po nito, the Madriaga affidavit. So, it is our hope that House members will stick to these questions relating to these topics, no? Kasi talaga naman po kanina extraneous po talaga eh. Doon po sa discussion ng sufficiency in form and yung threshold question on timeliness, yung po mga binabanggit po ng ilan pong mga House members po natin.
But why do you think it was raised, Kong?
No, I don't have feelings relating to what our colleagues are stating. No? Ibig sabihin, they're free to state it, but they're also free to be pointed out of order. Di ba? Pagka irrelevant yung mga binabanggit po nila sa discussions po namin. So, I think we can leave it at that.
A follow-up question lang po, Eden Santos from Net25. Ang kinu-question din po hindi lamang nung yung mga colleagues, yung moral ascendancy ng mga namumuno sa komite o yung mga didinig po sa impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte. Kung kayo daw po ay kasama rin doon sa listahan, that was the allegations, po. Paano po kayo magiging fair, partial, partial dito po sa pagdinig na ito sa impeachment against VP Sara?
Wala ko po isasagot kasi wala naman ako dun sa listahan ng sinasabi pong affidavit. But again, the affidavit itself po, basically is being subject to a credibility test as well. As an example, which is the most important example, yung pong mga larawan na nandun, may sinasabi sila roon na si John Paul Estrada po yung nakalagay pong litrato doon. But I think yung publicly available pictures of John Paul Estrada would show that that guy in that picture, in that affidavit, is absolutely not Paul Estrada. So doon pa lang ho, absolutely incredible. Zero credibility yung pong affidavit po nung pong mga former dishonorably charged Marines. So kumbaga, I don't think the House Committee on Justice should provide a platform for this incredible document to be given light by the committee.
Thank you.
Sir. Yeah. Hello po. Now that the committee has called the two impeachment complaints, should we expect the panel's deliberations to go quicker? If so, how could it affect yung timeline nga po pagdating sa
Apparently, we will be able to move faster considering that we have 2 impeachment complaints na lang, no? Compared to when we started this morning when we had 4, no? So to answer your question, yes, I believe that there's basis to say that we can move faster this time.
Thank you.
I have a question for Congressman Flores.
Alright, so yan mga kababayan, So nakita natin, kung ano nga ba ibig sabihin at ano nga ba yung nangyari, bakit nagkaroon po ng sufficient inform, mga kababayan, yung impeachment ni Sara Duterte at bukas malalaman natin, yung susunod na step, dyan po sa impeachment na yan ni Sara Duterte. Okay, so maraming luha pa ang ilalabas ng mga DDS. Okay, so kita-kits tayo sa ating next video upload. Abangan nyo po palagi mga babayan, no? Pa-click na rin yung notification bell para updated kayo pag may mga latest video uploads tayo. Right? So ito muli ang inyong Kuya Mobs sa Mobs TV. Peace. I'm out.